Oops. Okay, nice video. Hi there. Let's see what I've got. This is Brittany. How are you?
Hello there. Nice to see
Hi,
you
glad to see you back.
again.
I was a little
Absolutely.
worried.
You were worried? Why?
Well, it was a bit of a rowdy session. Not the huge, but that
Oh,
happens. People were excited, and it's a lot easier to calm people down than to get people excited. So it all worked out, but glad to see you.
ditto, ditto. Did you have a good 4th of July?
Yes, I did. It was quiet, but it was very good. It was quiet. It
Awesome.
was, but boy, I'll tell you, the fireworks. I mean, it's amazing that we can watch them all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
We sometimes have to be really grateful for the things we have. And
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
sometimes we forget, we just forget that this is available and that, and we can do these things. And it's incredible. And I like the flyovers and, you know, it, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
So
Um,
just to clarify for tonight,
this is the
what's that?
basics, just the introduction to accents and dialects, things you
Okay.
have to look out for, things to pay attention to, and a little bit of technical terminology that people can either learn or just at least if they hear the word, you're not getting a test on it,
Right.
It's just
Okay.
an intro on
I
because
just wanted to make sure because sometimes the emails, when they put the workshops in, it's
yeah.
it
Oh, absolutely.
they
No, that
word
makes
it wrong, and I'm like, this is not what this says.
this
So
is
I
not
just,
what I wanted. Yeah, that makes, and if it turns out that this isn't, you're not going to hurt my feelings. This
oh
is,
no, not at all. I
yeah,
love your
it's,
classes.
yeah, it's like, okay, if it works. I do have some people that attend systemat all the time. Um, and so that's why I mentioned my free e-newsletter. That's what started it because I've had people that requested it. Said, okay, I'll do one. So little extra info.
Okay.
Um, this last one was on trying to give up smoking and vaping because it really isn't good for your voice, your health, your finances, a whole bunch of things, but a little more technical details on giving it up. And then I had a client, a potential client, who's a young woman, but she was a heavy smoker, and I had to refer her to a doctor. I can't take on somebody like that. That she needs medical attention.
Right, right,
That
yeah.
would be kind of basically unethical. And I was like, no. I had another client one time was having a difficult time speaking certain sounds like S's and F's and things like that. And I said, the problem was that she had a gap between each tooth.
Wow.
You need to
That
save your
makes a
money and go
difference.
see a dentist.
That definitely makes a
You
difference. You
don't need
definitely have
me.
to have decent
Yeah.
teeth to be able to get those letters, words, vowels, all of it out there correctly.
And yes, I mean, she had a poor thing. She had a gap between each tooth. And I just said, save your money. Don't spend it on me. Go see a dentist. That's the easiest way to fix that issue, and that would be, I mean, some people would have taken, I was like, no, that's just not, I don't operate that way. Gotta be, but I have to tell you, I have a blog on my website, and I also posted it on, God help me, I hope they forgive me, but this was, I've got a friend who raises chickens.
Okay.
Great gal. I mean, she knows she's the most tolerant person I've ever met. She knows all kinds of people, all walks of life. Um, she from bikers to farm hands to, she
Everything.
knows a wide range of very interesting people. So some of the friends that she has indulge in certain substances and sometimes a lot. So this other
Gotcha.
woman who also raises chickens, although on a much smaller scale, contacted her because Sandy knows anything with critters, animals, horses, she knows. So she contacted her. was absolutely frantic. The chicks were hatching, in the incubator. They were hatching, they're coming out, they're all fluffy and cute and running around, but she said, I don't know what to do. They haven't started nursing yet.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Like, this is why I tell people don't do drugs. This poor woman was like, oh my gosh. Hey, she's concerned about her chicks, which is a plus, but my goodness. Goodness. Okay.
No, they know how to handle themselves.
It's just, well, the point is they really, you lose a lot, especially when you get to the level that that woman happened to be at.
Right.
You lose a lot and it's over time and it doesn't show up right away. But unfortunately, it can have some detrimental effects. But that story, I just crack up every time I think, for heaven's sakes, I thought I muted that. Okay, we turned it. Yeah, just one of those instances you go, okay, I may not know everything about, everything, but I do know that much. Okay, so let's see if I can make sure we got all of our things here. Sharing, share, and we're gonna do it and get this clicked on. Okay, thanks, and whatever. Is this sharing? Did this get shared yet? I always have a little bit of a glitch. Share.
I'm pulling up the PDF right now, so I have it ready.
Oh, good. Okay. What is it? Why is this not? Why is this not working right now? Why is this not working? This is not. Hold on. Let me see if I have to do it on this side. Um, Here. There we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I may not know everything about computers, but I know some basics. Basics of, anatomy, physiology, and a little bit on animal husbandry, but oh my goodness. So at any rate, okay, we'll try to get everybody on here to allow to talk. Um, and I'm trying to get better at the raised hand thing. That I tend to get into the lecture and then I forget to look up and look at the chat or look at the raised hand. So the multitasking thing gets a little bit, sometimes it's a little bit of a problem for me, but I'm getting better.
So that matters. You're getting
Yeah,
better.
I'm getting better. I can do some stuff, I can do some things, but I keep reminding myself like I can do other things. Um, so,
Oops.
oops. Hi there. Hi, everyone. I just have to wait till the
Hello.
time 7 o'clock, but if anybody has questions or um, wants to ask me something right now, this is a great time. I'm trying to let everybody talk. We're going to have a little control feature here today because during the Scots accent, everybody got a little rowdy. Rowdy. It was
Just want to
okay.
say hello. Just want to
Hey
say
there.
hi
How
to
are you?
everybody.
How
I'm
are
well, thank
you?
you.
Yeah,
I'm just looking forward to tomorrow.
tomorrow?
What's happening
Can't
tomorrow?
say anything.
What's
See,
tomorrow?
I believe it's Wednesday.
Okay. All right. Hey, I'm.
We'll work with
Just
that.
leave
That's
that.
good. It's always good to have a goal, looking forward to tomorrow. It's better than being, miserable and depressed about it. So that's good.
Just want to say hello to everybody. Keep up your work because it will pay off.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I know I heard, was it my son would say an actor has to be either on stage or I read it someplace, on stage or in class. So you have to be doing something, it's just, and like I tell everybody that really you do have to give yourselves a pat on the back for doing something new, trying something out, giving it a shot, putting yourself out there, taking a chance, learning something new. Like you said, you're not sitting on the couch watching TV and eating potato salad, you're doing something. So it's not
Thank
all
you.
bad either, but
Thank you
you're
for
willing
your
to take some risk.
newsletter. Your
Pardon?
newsletter was a good read.
Oh, well,
Your
thank
your
you.
newsletter.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We're training
Good read.
hard so other people can sit on the couch and eat potato salad.
That's a good one. That's good. I like that. But thanks, Bob. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've got a couple comments from that already. Like I said, it was about quitting the smoking and the vaping because it does, and not to sound like mom, but I am, mom, but it does, medically, um, especially the vaping. I'm sorry, that really shreds your lungs. It really does. You don't know what chemicals are in that, and yeah, it can be a problem, and I've seen a lot of things go south. And I've
Popcorn
seen,
lungs.
pardon?
It's called popcorn lungs.
That's it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's not attractive. And if you want a nice long career in acting or business or wherever you are, sometimes it's the basics, but it was triggered because I had a client who was, I don't know if you got the newsletter, but I had a client who was a very young woman and she could barely talk. She barely had enough breath to carry on a normal conversation. And I just said, you don't need me, you need a doctor. Like, it's dark down there. I can't see. And I have a funny feeling it was cancer or possibly a viral infection, papilloma, something like that. But she needed to see somebody because and I was like, all right, this is scary. And she was an actress, singer. So it's like, okay. Um, and if you can save money from doing, and I will tell you, just from this, my personal thing, but watching somebody vape, it isn't sexy. It just isn't. If you're going to do it, do a cigarette. At least there's some kind of cachet with that. But a vaping thing, sucking on a tube, it just doesn't. It's just not really. And I'm not a smoker or anything, but I will confess, one time um my one son, he's got a lot of friends. His friend was getting married in Holland, Michigan, and some of his friends flew in from Singapore and brought in, this was 1,000 years ago, brought in Cuban cigars. I was the only, because I was mom B, I was the only, I was the one that they showed up at the house and I had homemade cookies and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, um, I was the only woman that was invited out into the parking lot to, not even the bride, I was the only one to try a Cuban cigar. And I'm not a smoker, but I will say I get it. It was quite an experience. I let my son finish it, but like, wow, okay, I see why they do it. But that's a, once in a lifetime kind of thing for me. It's not going to happen again, but it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. But if you're going to smoke, please choose wisely. And just the vaping thing, just I don't know, it just does not look that attractive. It's my personal thing. So all I'm concerned about with my clients here is that you take care of your voice and you keep it and you don't get the lumps and bumps on your vocal cords. That's all, and you don't shred your lungs. Um, that's my big major concern is just take care of your throat, your health, overall health, but really keep those vocal cords healthy, which in this case, like tonight, just might mean drinking some extra water. I'm trying to click on everybody here.
Hello.
Hi, yeah, I'm trying to. Hi, how are you? Bob, did you
Yeah,
want?
Bob again. I just
Yeah.
wanted to say, since I am a smoker, okay,
Okay.
I have like I'm 73. So I've been smoking 65 years.
Uh-huh.
I started when I was 8 years old because even my doctor smoked.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
That's that.
Absolutely. No,
And
there were pictures of Santa Claus smoking. I mean, during,
yes,
seriously, yeah,
yes.
back in the day. I'm
But I
not
just
22
want to
anymore,
say,
too.
since I read your newsletter, I'm
Okay.
not bragging, but I put my cigarettes, I'm going to say 7 times out of 10, I put my cigarette out before I would normally butt it out.
Oh, oh,
Today,
oh.
today. So thank you. And let's carry
Well,
on.
well, bless your heart. And I mean, I know it's tough. I know, believe me, I know it's tough. I had the good fortune of, whoops, and it's 7, we got to start, but I'll just finish that up. I had the good fortune of when I was about 12, 13, 14, someone offered me a cigarette. It was a cool menthol. I turned green.
Yep.
I turned
The worst.
yeah. I was like, my point is, if you have a bad habit, it should be fun. You just have to work at it. But now they've got it so that literally, and this was maybe a few years ago, the stats were 8 cigarettes got you hooked. It wasn't that way when it was just nicotine. There's more
Not
stuff in
not
there's more.
menthol either.
Oh, menthol is.
Yeah.
Literally, I did turn green. I was like, no, I think I'd rather if I'm going to do drugs, which it is a drug, I think I'd rather mainline chocolate. You know what I mean? I mean, it just it would be. I really can't. I'm trying to see the chat. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's tough. So I'm not trying to put anybody down. I'm just saying if you really have to smoke, my personal opinion is go to cigarettes rather than the vaping. I think there's too many chemicals in the vaping that they don't tell you what they are. I love things like natural flavoring. No, it's probably petroleum based. So you just be careful. Okay, I better get started here. I think I've got pretty much everybody participating. I'm trying to get, if I'm not, don't have you clicked on, I'm trying to get you. We've got a big class here today, so I'm going to try to do the best I can. And welcome everybody. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
attending. Good evening. Okay, great.
Evening.
I'm Corinne Barringer, and this is class on basics of accents. So in case you want to make sure you're in the right place. But this is my little company. This is what I do. I've been doing this for quite a while. Um, visual and vocal image coaching. I've done a lot of different things, like even behind the camera, helping somebody look better. You know, I can do costumes. So I was doing costumes and makeup and all that stuff. So, visual and vocal image coach, this is what I do. And this is the basics of accents and dialects. We're just going to get some groundwork done. Okay, this is just the beginning. And I've revamped the class because I know there's a number of people who have taken my class before, so and I bored myself. And that's the most important thing. So I want to try to jazz it up a little bit. So I like people participating, but you can feel free to ask questions, interrupt me. It's fine because you're probably going to be asking some questions that other people have. But be
I have a
polite.
question.
Turns. Take turns. Okay, hold on. Yeah, do you have a question? Is that Audra?
Yes, I took 2 of your classes so far. Is this one different from the one about having an accent and the one
Well,
prior to that day?
I really don't know what classes you've taken. This is the basics, but I do try to jazz it up. And from what I understand, people get, like I've got some people that attend all my classes. I try to add a little bit of something extra each time, but there's going to
Okay.
be, and the other thing is hearing it another time or focusing on another area, you may get something else out of it that you didn't hear the first time. So,
Precisely.
oh,
Precisely.
thanks, Bob. Thanks. Yeah. So the main thing is be polite, take turns. And now because I had the Scots accent last time, it was they got a little rowdy. So hit the mute button if you're experiencing some noise in the background, or you want to practice a lot with, because I want people to take turns. I want to hear your practice. So if you want to practice a little bit on your own, try not to do it so that I'm getting like 20 people practicing at the same time. So you might want to hit the mute button. And one more thing, this is a recorded session. So try to control the colorful metaphors.
Yeah.
Okay? I tell everybody, some of my best friends are Marines. I've heard everything. I'm not being a prude. I've heard it all. But this is being recorded, and not everybody has heard it all. So we want to be polite. And okay, here we go. Okay. So what I also want to know from everyone when they get a chance, or if you think about it down the road, learning an accent, learning how to at least adapt to pick up an accent or to start on it will expand your skill set. If you have a specific accent that you would like to learn, text me. Because right now I think the Saturday class is Russian, and I've done Southern, British, Cockney. If you have something that you want to learn, and we just did the Scots, let me know, because that's something I would love to know. So what we're going to cover today is the definition of what an accent and dialect is, the difference of that. We're going to do a mini survey to identify your accent or dialect. We're going to go over the categories, components. We're going to go a little bit of biology here and physiology, and we'll talk about articulators. And there's a vocal tract schematic. And there's the IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet, consonant and vowel charts. So, like I said, feel free to ask questions. Okay, so here we go. The main thing about developing an accent, and it does take time to develop, you don't want it to be the focus of your script, your play. It's a balance between having the right accent, being immersed in it, and not making it so jarring that people say, "Oh, they're speaking with a XXX accent," For example, and I will say there's a standard American and a standard British. The reason there's a standard is not to be elitist. It's meant to be, you have to have one kind of accent that most everybody can understand, comprehensible to the general audience. It should be clear, and it's going to be a little more formal. I tell a story about my sister who was a doctor at Cook County Hospital in Chicago, and she was called into the emergency room. And if you've heard this story, you can go get a drink of water right now. But she's called in the emergency room. There was a Pakistani doctor who was speaking to an inner city gentleman. They were both technically speaking English. They could not understand each other. She was called in to translate English to English because she could understand both of them. She said it was the most surreal experience she's ever had. But this is why you have to have a standard. It's advisable to have a standard where most people can understand, because that's the emergency room. That's just not, casual conversation. This is life or death kind of stuff. So there's reasons for this. Okay, you have to have a standard, or it's advisable. Now, I will also tell you that many actors, most, don't have a natural ear for dialect, but you can develop it. You just have to learn how to move your mouth and develop your ear. You're going to start out with an accent as just mimicking what you hear. It's just a natural development. But when you develop, when you really start developing an accent or a dialect for your character, you want it to be more accurate, and you want to get more immersed, for a better performance. So you have to kind of learn it systematically, just slowly over time. So the other things you have to think about is what's the time period, the story, who's the person, the character. So you don't want the accent to take over what's going on. Okay. That makes any sense. Okay. Difference between an accent and a dialect. Now, linguists have been arguing about this, and there's papers written and all that stuff, and we're not going to worry about it. It can be used interchangeably, but a simple way to think about it is, in America, we have a number of regions of the country So if you go into New York, they're going to talk one way, okay? And they've got different sounds for things. And then if you go down south, they're going to talk a different way. And that's the difference between a dialect variation. If you go to Texas, it's going to be different. Depending on the region, and of course I'm in Michigan. We have the UP, the Upers, and I have to watch myself because I can easily develop, and I have had a Canadian O where I will say dollar instead of dollar. Dollar. So, an accent is like if you have, let's just say, a person from France coming in here learning to speak English, and they will speak with their French accent. They will use their words, their sounds, and they will plug it into the letters and the sounds they already know. It's just natural. That's what you would do. If you went to France, you would go probably like parlez-vous francaise. You would plug in, by reading it, you would be plugging in your own sounds. Dialect variation also encompasses different words, different meanings. So, for example, you Southern before, if you go down south and somebody says, well, bless your heart, they don't necessarily mean that exactly.
Absolutely
They might
not.
have a different meaning for it.
So it's more
And
colloquial.
pardon?
It's like colloquialism, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's colloquialisms. They're going to have different dialects or different words for things. So, and just even like I was in Texas for a while, and if you go into Texas and you ask for tea, it's going to be iced. It's going to be iced.
Or
And
sweet.
it's going to be iced sweet tea. I ordered tea and I was expecting, a little cup with the tea bag. No, oh, it's a big glass with ice in it, and
Like
okay. Yeah,
It's
it was
too
like
hot for hot
it was.
tea.
Yes, exactly. It never even occurs to them. So it's those kind of things. I remember I was just like in a t-shirt and khakis, and the guy said, he said, he said, we got a peach tie, and it's kind of foo-foo, but you look foo-foo to me. I think you'd like it. And I was like, I've never been called foo-foo in my life.
Go get
There I
your
am.
sweet tea up.
It was just, and I was not expecting it. So that's part of the culture, and that's the different, but it reflects the dialect. He was talking about tea, and I meant one thing, and he meant another. So that's when you get immersed, that's what you start kind of paying attention to, which is good to do because if you can't do the exact accent precisely, if you have other strategies to boost, whatever, make you believable, that's when you want to do. So what the heck is an idiolect? It's not an idiot-lect, okay? Although there are days. But it means what is personal to you. And you can think about this for yourself, what you do right now. What is your vocabulary? What words do you normally use? How do you usually say something? What are we all have a number of words, like potentially we could learn about 20,000 words. The English language has about over a million plus, especially when you talk about technological advances and all that. We have over a million words. And if you want to learn a word a day, it's going to take you a long time. But we do have, we do get a core of approximately 7 to 20,000. We probably only use 2,000 words a day. So that's kind of what are those words that you normally use in a day. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a little bit of a mini dialect survey just to kind of wake up your ear and kind of figure out where you are. There's no right or wrong answers. This is just kind of for fun. So take a look at this and decide, do you say them the same or do you say these words differently? Take a minute and then we can go on. What about number one? Who wants to, Helen, did you want to say something?
No, I was just reading it and I can
okay.
try it.
Yeah. Just you can say it out loud. You want to say it out loud?
Yes.
Go right ahead.
The whole thing?
Well, just the first one. Just the first
Okay.
couple.
Why?
Are they the same or different?
They're different, but they sound similar.
Okay. They're different. What do you mean by different?
Well, I'm only saying the Y, the letter Y, and then the word why is a question.
Well, what I'm
It's
also
what
hearing,
I'm
which I don't
interpreting.
often hear, Helen, is you're actually saying the WH, the wh.
Why?
So it's why,
Why?
so it's different. But most people will say, why are you here? Where are you? Why are you going?
Just the
Uh,
Y. I
just
understand.
the why. And then there's the letter. The name of the letter is why. I don't
Okay.
worry about it when I have business clients or anything. I don't worry about this, but for actors, I will advise you to at least learn how to do well, it's just a light what, why, like
Why?
what,
Okay.
where, why, when.
Okay.
A light puff, just a light puff. It's called an aspiration. Why? Just a little light puff.
Why?
And Anthony, is that you or is that?
Yeah. No, I'm saying it because I say both the same way as the letter.
Okay, you say why? There's nothing
Yeah.
inherently wrong with it. Okay, there's nothing inherently
Understood.
wrong. It's just something to be, because you're actors. I'm just telling you that this is, make it available to yourself so that you know that you can make that change if you have to
Right.
for your script. You know what I'm talking about. You know what they're saying, like, because the what, where, why, when, the way I tell my clients is like, what is a light bulb? So it's just, if you can learn to do that on command or, practice. So it's what, where, why, when, a little. You certainly don't have to do it in everyday life. If you don't choose to, that's fine. But at least I want to make it available to you as an actor. If you, did you want to try it, Anthony? You try it?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I realized something now that you said it, and I never realized it. I say all those words the
You
same
say
way.
what? I'm sorry. What?
Oh, hold on. Let me sit back a little, adjust my mic.
Sure. Get
I'll say,
comfortable. Yeah.
but I say all those words the same way. I usually drop the H sound. So it'll be
Okay.
what, where, when, why. So I'd have
Right.
to
Most
say
people,
what.
you're not alone. You're not
Okay.
alone. I would say the majority of people do that. But if you're going to be, getting into the acting arena here, I'm just saying this is another way to do it so that you can set yourself a little apart so that you can do Shakespeare if you want,
No, that's
So,
good. That's good to know.
yeah, it's just one of those little, this is, like I said, this is a little fine tuning here. So what about the next one? Who wants to tackle this one?
I have my hand up.
Okay, there you go. Brittany, go right ahead.
Pin, pen.
Okay. Do you say them the same or differently?
Absolutely different.
Absolutely different. Does anyone, yes. Thank you. Good. Does anyone say them the same? Anyone guess that they
Nope.
might say them the same?
No.
Nope.
It's not, the world is not going to end if you do.
I do.
So, pardon?
I say them the same.
Okay. You say how, pen and pin?
Pen, pen.
Yeah. Okay. Say it again.
I say it two different ways.
Okay.
Pin, pen.
Okay. So what's the pin is a short I, but the other, I'm sorry, didn't catch the name of the woman who said she says them the same.
Sarah Smith.
Pen. My name is
Leslie.
Leslie.
Okay, Leslie,
Yes.
you say them the same or
You say
differently?
Pen, pen.
Pen. Okay, that's a little more,
Same.
yeah. Okay, well, that's good. You can identify it. Okay, and this is not, it's done little Southern dialect here.
Yeah.
But just to let you know, this is the short I here is pin, like it is,
Yeah.
and pen is an E, so short E, pen.
Pen, pen,
So
pen.
if you want
Okay.
to, change your dialect. And Jerry, did you want to say something?
I just want to give it a shot.
Okay.
Which one would you like me to say?
Want to pick one?
All right. Wash, 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 wash.
Okay. You say those words the same or differently?
Differently, mainly kind of
Okay.
the way it's.
We'll jump a little bit ahead. Does somebody else just this Leslie again? Did
I
you
can
want to
do
say?
it.
Oh, Brittany, did you say something too?
Nope, I'm keeping quiet. I'm raising my
Okay,
hand.
okay. There's
I can
Leslie,
do
did you want
some words.
to? Okay. Who is it?
Vera,
Okay, try.
you want me to do a word?
Pick a word.
I do crayon and crown.
Okay, I'm just using the short version here. So whatever's on the screen. Can you see what's on the screen?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. In the handout, I give you a little bit more.
Oh,
But on the
okay,
screen,
it's
I'm just
different.
doing what's here.
Rinse and rinse.
Okay. Say them differently.
Rinse and rinse.
Right. You're saying them differently. Okay.
Oh,
There's a dialect in South Appalachia. If you were going to wash your clothes and then you're going to wrench them. Okay. So that's
okay.
kind of Appalachian dialect there.
Okay, yeah.
You may have heard it. And what about but it's supposed to be wash and wash. That's an intrusive R, but be aware that might come up. Yeah, wash.
Gotta
I'm gonna
wash
wash
the
my clothes.
clothes.
Yeah, I'm gonna wash my clothes and then I'm gonna wrench them. So some of these things, if you just become aware and then you pay attention to people speaking, people around you speaking, you might be able to pick up something. Just a thought. What about the pardon?
I used to say wash all the time, and my husband kept saying, it's not wash, it's wash.
There you go. But that's it. It's a dialect variation. Okay, it's a little different, but it's
I've heard
good to know that it's there. What about the next one?
Special and spatial.
Okay, is that Gregory?
Yeah.
Okay, you say them differently.
Yes.
Have you ever heard them said the same?
Yes.
How did you hear it?
I was in basic training and I don't one of our drill sergeants or something said had to say the two words and they sounded the same to me even though I knew they were different.
Was he from Texas?
Um Probably. I don't know. I mean, that was a long time ago.
I had an instructor. That's a real spatial. It's a spatial day. It's a spatial
Yes,
day.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's real spatial. Yeah.
You think you're special?
You think you're spatial? Yeah. It's just so this is Texas dialect and possibly some parts of the South and all that. So it's just and thank you for your service, sir. What branch of the service were you in?
Oh, I was just in the Wisconsin Army National Guard, but I went to basic in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and AIT in Virginia. So I would have been in the South. It likely that I would have encountered that accent.
Okay. And I'm sure if you were in Missouri, you didn't say like up north we say Missouri.
Yeah,
But down there, as far as I understand, they say Missouri.
they do.
There's certain words that are local that have local pronunciations that like I have relatives in Southern Illinois, and you know that somebody's from Southern Illinois if they say Mattoon from Mattoon, and then you know, okay, you really are from Mattoon because you're saying it with that way, and other people might say Mattoon, but
That's
I'm-
like Colorado. People
Yeah.
who live in Colorado say Colorado. People who aren't say Colorado.
There you go.
Colorado.
Colorado, yes.
Colorado.
It's yeah, so this is the things just to pay attention to so you can kind of, expand your awareness and listening. What about this last one here?
Rinse and wrench.
No, we did the rinse and wrench. What about this other one?
Let's say it reads.
I say that the same.
Say it.
Tune, tune.
Okay.
No, they're not the same.
They're not the same, but
No.
I'll tell you why. Well, technically, and if you say it the same, you're not wrong, okay? Like cartoon, and I want to tune the engine up, you hear that all the time. But if you go say for a British accent, or you want to be a little bit more, it's tune. The TU, I'm going to tune the engine. I have yeah.
Tune stereo.
It's tune. If you want to keep it tune and tune, you're not wrong, okay? But this is just some variation that I'm just presenting to say, okay. Especially if you take the British accent. Pardon?
I say the U tune is softer than I say the softer than I say the O tune.
The
I say
cartoon? Oh,
yeah. I say I tune and tune.
you say them about the same.
Yeah.
A little bit different?
Yeah. I say the same. Yeah, I say the same, but I say that. I say tune. I say like tune. I say like tune the instrument. Softer than I say cartoon.
Okay, a little softer. Okay.
Sounds like you'd be a longer in the first
Okay,
two.
here's another little, this is a mini survey. I've got a long one for people, but we better get going here. This is, how do you say this word? And you might find that you say it in a couple different ways. Maybe you say it more than just one way. How do you say it?
I say them differently depending on how I'm like saying things. Like if I'm
Is this
saying
Thomas?
yeah, I say like, very interesting.
Good.
And then otherwise, if I'm just talking, I'm like, oh yeah, that's really interesting.
There you go.
Like when I'm speaking faster, it's just I drop the inter and then just interesting.
Right. Right. Yeah. I think a lot of people do that. That's very good. Very good analysis. Very good. Anybody else say it in any other way?
I usually, if I can jump in, I say it like with a CH, like interesting. That's kind of, yeah. Like, I guess you got to say it a certain way to hear it. But yeah.
Oh, you just touched on something that's a little more advanced, but I will just mention it real quickly here. If we say interesting or interesting, the TR is tra. Oh, the sun is just kind of hitting me the wrong way here. Looking blocked out. If you say the word in English, T-R-A-Y, tray or tree, T-R-E-E, technically, you're supposed to say tray, tree. How do we say it? Tray and tree. And he's right about the CH. It's absolutely accurate. We say it with a CH, the ch. If you want to be really clear and, really show your stuff here, it's interesting or tray, which is hard to do if you're not used to it. Tray, tree. That's kind of, we're going a little bit more advanced, but you're absolutely right. We say ch, tray, tree.
But it's saying here interesting and then interesting and then interesting.
Now, interesting and interesting is interesting. That's a little more Southern.
Yep.
Dialect, a little more Southern. Yeah. Is that you, Kevin?
Yeah, it just kind of has, I've said both ways, interesting and that's interesting. So
okay, you're a little muffled there, kiddo. Kevin, you're a little muffled.
Oh, I know you hear me better. I've said it both ways when I'm answering somebody. I've said it interesting.
You've said it both ways? Okay, I've got Sarah that wants to ask a question. Sarah?
Start with them. What?
Pardon? There's a Sarah Jean Smith. Can you hear me? I have a little trouble hearing you. But okay, well, I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
The next thing is the often. Do you say it with a T or without?
E.
With.
You say often.
Often.
With the T.
The second one.
With a T, without.
But not an E, but with an O.
Often.
Often. Yeah. Well, some people say often. Often. You say it more with an O sound. Good.
Often.
I also do it with the O sound as well.
Okay. Very good. Yeah. Thanks, Brittany. Yeah, that's what I'm excited to hear is that people are starting to pay attention to what they sound like. And that's good. That's good. That means you're going to be starting to listen to the people around you, and maybe maybe you can hear something you can say, okay, I can use that person's accent in my next script.
Yeah.
Anyway, what about this last word? You say
Orange.
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 None of these are incorrect.
Orange.
If you're being understood, people are
Orange.
understanding you.
Orange.
This is the main thing. This is just for you. You know, there's no wrong. This is just for you. Kind of, it's in your handout. It even has more words in there in your handout. So I believe so. At any rate, good. We're getting right along. Okay, here we go. This is just definitions. This is just something I thought I'd throw in there. There's no test. But this, just if you kind of run across this, linguistics, because it came up one time, it's the study of language, phonetics, phone is sound, okay? It's the study of speech sounds, and that's a telephone, okay? There's the phone means sounds. Phonology is the sound systems. Now that's a bigger thing, but paralinguistics, which we're going to talk about, how things are said, including accents, body language, fluency, it's everything that's on top of the word. For example, I can say, oh, I like your new red car. Or I can say, I like your new red car. Same words, totally different meaning. Okay? Or you can say, I like your new red car. You know, I like your new red car. You know, I mean, you can, depending on where you put the stress in the sentence, you can change the meaning of it. That and your vocab, you know, your tone of your voice, all of that. That's everything. That's what paralinguistics and body language, the whole thing. But here's some basic categories. Oops, I'm just jumping all over the place here. Location, we talked about that. Geographical, where, for example, where in the United States is it? Where is it in European countries? It makes a big difference if you are in Italy and you're speaking in Rome, you might say something like the word face is faccia, and I'm probably faccia, but in Sicily it's faccia, okay? So what's your geographical location? Your ethnic, okay? There's big differences. Even speaking English, people have different rules. Socioeconomic status, that has an impact on your words. So I'm kind of giving you a lot of different words there. When we talked about the accepted and standard. Now, in the Midwest, we tend to think that we have the standard, and we don't. We don't. We don't have the standard. We are a pretty there's a lot of movement going on in the Midwest here. So also something to think about when you're developing an accent is the time period. If it happened in the 1920s, they're speaking English a little bit differently than now. Code switching is a term that's where you vary the style of speech according to the social context or specific purpose. We've heard some politicians do this recently, not real well either, but be very careful with this. But it's something to be aware of. It means you can say things differently, using different slang, different terminology, but you better be very comfortable with it. Okay, now here's something somebody just said, but we all have an accent. We all have an accent. So no matter what it is, you have an accent. Some are more, I would call it more pronounced. We hear it more, but everybody has an accent. Okay, I'm just trying to check some of the, I'm really bad with the chats because I'm trying to do everything here. Yeah, okay, there's, we have to be careful about the feedback from other people, so be careful if you're practicing, okay? I know it's tough, you know, I like everybody talking, but we got to be careful. Okay, here's the components of an accent or dialect. But I tried breaking this up into maybe something that's a little bit easier to kind of figure out. First, you've got the sounds. Phoneme is just a little small sound, just the smallest sound you can make. It's sounds, not spelling. And it comes with, and we're talking a lot, this is consonants, manner, place, and voicing. All vowels are voiced. We're going to talk about vowels. Manner is whether it's a stop or a fricative, whether it takes place in the front of your mouth, at the back of your mouth. Articulation, whether you're skipping sounds, how well you actually move your mouth and get the words out. Omissions, what, you know, somebody was just saying when he did the interesting that he eliminates certain sounds. You're absolutely right. That's called an omission. It's totally normal. As long as everybody can understand you, you're good. Coloration is usually referring to the letter R. Some people do a hard R, some do a soft R, and some people trill. Okay. Some people have a hard time trilling. It's something to be learned. Then you've got the words, which I mentioned, your vocabulary, your jargon, the slang, also grammar and filler words. So these are the things that can help you develop your accent. Now, components is the voice and tone. Quality. Do you have a good quality voice or is it harsh? Do you sound like you're excited and you've got some vitality, something going on? Or are you sounding bored and, done? Intensity, how loud you are. Nasality. This one's kind of fun. In the Midwest, I've mentioned this before, we are probably 40% more nasal than we have to be. And volume, how loudly you're speaking. Just to give you a little test here on nasality to test yourself. If you close your nose, occlude your nariz, you're going to close your nose, and you're going to say, "This horse eats grass."
This horse eats grass.
And then release your nose.
Eats grass.
You should be able, it should sound the same. The goal is for it to sound the same whether you close your nose or not. If you sound like this horse eats grass,
This horse eats grass.
you've got too much nasal. So you can kind of figure out that you can feel if you're feeling some vibration. If you're feeling some vibration in your nose, there's only 3 sounds that are nasal. We'll go over this. It's M,
I'm sorry,
N,
can you repeat that again?
Sure.
Zoom automatically dampens you when everyone talks, and I couldn't hear what you were explaining.
All right, everybody. Yeah, we got to calm down. If you want to practice it, try to tune yourself out for a minute and then practice. But thanks for letting me know. I didn't even know that. Okay, nasality, what you're doing is you're occluding, you're closing your nose. There's only 3 sounds that go through the nose, M, N, and ing. So this phrase, "this horse eats grass," should sound the same whether you close your nose or not. So what you're trying to do is just assess the level of your nasality. This horse eats grass, this horse eats grass. The reason you want to make sure is like, what do you sound like? It will affect your accent, but it will also, if you have too much nasality, it reduces the power of your voice because it's going through your nose. It's making a longer trip to get out, to make the sound waves to get out than to just go straight through the mouth and get out. So you're losing some, you're losing some power. Okay, so that's why you do it. So it's "this horse eats grass, this horse eats grass" should sound the same.
What
Now, if
were
you
the
say
letters? M, N, and what was the last one? The last letter?
ing, like ing, ing. So if you're saying something like Manny made me mad, yes, it's going through the nose. Okay. So, and these are all things you can think about when you're developing or looking at working with an accent. How much nasality is there? How much vitality and quality of your voice? But that will make a big difference. Intonation, the melody, rhythm, duration, pitch, stress in a sentence or a word. Stress is where do you put the accent on which syllable, right? So this is where you start.
Syllable.
Yeah, which syllable? Where do you put it? It makes a difference. Okay. So, and the super segmentals, that's everything on top of the words. So you've got stress, timing, how fast or slow you're going, intonation, how fast or slow, here again, timing, rate of speech, nonverbal and mannerisms, what your face saying, is it congruent with what your words are, or, is the character you're developing, it's going to be the bad guy, so the face and the body aren't going to be the same as the speech. It's going to be a different, they're not going to, meld. But these are some things to think about. These are pretty technical. So don't panic if you don't get it right away. Okay. This is pretty technical stuff. But I figure you guys, and I've told everybody my son applied for Juilliard and he made the first cut. Didn't make the second, but he made the first cut. And the first cut was, they were looking for 16 people for the current class play. They had 1,800 applicants worldwide. Now, even when they get in, they're darn good to get in. Okay, they've already made. there are at least four classes on speech and voice when you get in Juilliard. That's why I'm trying to introduce this to you to, give you a boost here. So one of the things you have to know is know what you're working with. This is the schematic. You can find a lot of this online as well. So what we're really going to be looking at is this is the nasal cavity. There's the hard palate, the teeth, the lips. This is the alveolar ridge. Talk a little bit about that. This is your tongue, teeth, bottom lip, the jaw. This is the epiglottis, and this is your vocal cords. And this is the esophagus. When you swallow.
Esophageal.
Pardon? This is your esophagus. When you swallow, this epiglottis closes, and then the food goes down this way. Okay, it goes down the epiglottis, goes down the esophagus. This goes into your airway. So it's a really good plan to close off the airway and let it go down. Now, the esophagus is just kind of a flabby muscle. It's like a blood vessel without any blood in it. So it can handle stretchy a big bolus of food, but you really don't want to do that. But you want to, this is basically, your mother was right. Please don't talk and try to talk and eat at the same time. It's not attractive anyway, but it can cause whitish. So, Pete, I thought I turned that off. God. Mudo. Good Lord. Gotta hold it. Okay, there we go. Didn't hold it long enough. Apologize about that. So anyway, and this tongue is very interesting. It's the only muscle that's in the body that is like an octopus. It doesn't need another bone to latch on to move. It can move in all kinds of directions. It's kind of amazing. I would really, please don't pierce it. It's an important muscle. Please don't. And if you do, don't pierce it. Then the clicks aren't attractive, and then they chip off the enamel on your teeth. It's just not, I'm speaking medically. It's just like, be careful. Now I will say, okay, we've got a lot of the nasal cavity, the hard palate. We have a lot of holes in our head. We have the nasal cavity. We've got a couple other sinuses up here, and all of that contributes. Even the thickness of your skull can contribute to actually what your total resonance sounds like. But we're going to be focusing on the tongue, the back, the middle, the tip, talking about that. And this actually, the velum and the soft palate, you can control this for nasality. You have to focus. It takes a little time if you want to change some of the nasal things. Okay. I'm trying to, because we're going to have, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of material. Okay. This is just an introduction to the International Phonetic Alphabet. It's available online, and you can get the one that actually will have the sounds for you. We are only looking at the English versions. There's actually a phonetic alphabet that has to do with clicks and whistles. We don't want to do that. Glottal stops and a whole bunch of stuff that other languages in other parts of the world have. I'm not worried about that right now. We are just looking at the American English consonants, and this is called the vowel quadrilateral. Okay, that's all we're looking at. If you want to look it up, but they do have the IPA that has sounds, which is really cool, and I'll give you the link there later. So the first thing, is everybody getting some of this? This is I'm hitting you with a lot of little technical details here, but this is how you have to start, is knowing what you can do, knowing your mouth and your lungs and your throat and all that, what you're working with. I mean, it's your voice. This is what you're working with. And this is how you make the sounds. Okay, these are consonants. All vowels are voiced. Voiced means if you put here A-E-I-O-U, I'm sure please tell me everybody knows what a vowel is.
Yeah.
Pardon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm just checking, please. After the story with the chicken that I told earlier that happened, it's like I shouldn't take anything for granted here. I'll tell you that. So here I'm going to try to let some of these other people come in here. Sorry, I have to check every once in a while. Glad to have you on board. Okay.
I was saying both. I was saying both capital and lowercase vowels are voiced. I just tried them all.
Okay, well, no, there's some are voiced and some are not, but vowels are all voiced. A, E,
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
O, U.
yeah, yeah,
It's all voiced.
yeah. Did that in the lowercase versions too. All the lowercase versions are voiced as well.
Oh, no, it's as long as it's a vowel, it's voiced.
Yeah,
Bro, that's what she means when she
O, U.
says
Doesn't
vowels
matter
are
what, no, we're
voiced.
talking about, good point here. We're talking about sounds, not spelling. So there's no uppercase, lowercase. These are just symbols of the sound. Okay. So the voicing, some of the consonants are voiced and some are unvoiced. All right. So a stop, and there's different ways we make these sounds. A stop is, and if you look over here, it says bilabial. That means both lips, whether you make a P or a B, you're closing off your air with both lips. So if you say baby, you can feel the vibration in your throat. So the b and stopping the air because it's bilabial, it's closed. It's a stopping of the air. Baby.
Baby.
Right. But you can feel that vibration in your throat, okay? In your larynx. Now, if you say puppy, you're not getting the vibration until you get to the vowel. Puppy, okay? So it's still a stop. It's a bilabial stop.
Yeah.
I mean, and you don't have to, like I said, there's no test on this. This is just an introduction, okay? So give you some ideas of what's going on. So the P sound is unvoiced, okay? Now, if you go across the chart here, you have the T and the D. These are letters, but they're still representing a sound, okay? Now, this says alveolar. That means that little bumpy ridge behind your teeth. Both are made in the same place, which means your tongue is placed against that alveolar ridge. So if you think of time, think where your tongue is. It should be right up on the alveolar ridge, right behind your teeth. Time. But you're not going to hear anything. You're not going to feel the vibration until you get to the vowel. Time. Now, if you have this, it's placed in the same place. The tongue is in the same place. Dime. You're already getting the vibration with the D. Dime. Okay? Dime. If you cross, like I know I'm going to hit this pretty hard. The K and the G. It's velar. It's way in the back of the throat. Cake. Feel where your tongue goes up against, it goes up against like a little ridge thing, little bump, little hill, and it hits the back of your throat. The back of the soft palate. Cake. But if you do, and that's unvoiced, but when you go down here, gate. You're already making the sound, it's voiced. Gate. It's already making a vibration. Okay, does that make sense? That makes sense? Okay, now if we do the F and the V, this is a fricative. Again, we got voice. That means there's some air going on, going between. So if you say funny, the air is coming between your teeth and all that. So it's labiodental. It means teeth and tongue. Labial is the tongue. Dental is the teeth, obviously. Labial is the lip. Like we've got bilabial means two lips. This is labiodental. It's the lip and the teeth. Funny. Okay. Very. You're going to feel the vibration. Somebody just had a moment, an epiphany. Thank you.
Oh, I feel that.
You feel that? Very.
Oh, yes.
Very. You're going to feel that vibration.
Very.
Now, I'm just a little aside here because we're going. Now, these little symbols are for the TH. Voiceless, like this is a TH, okay? But it represents the sound. Think. So your tongue comes between, look at this, it's called interdental. The tongue comes between the teeth. This is the only time that the tongue comes between the teeth. Do not do it with an L. This is my big bugaboo. I'll tell you in a minute. But this is think. We don't stick it out like think. And we just little tip of the tongue comes between the teeth. Think. Thin.
Yes,
Thin.
it does.
Okay. Now, the reason these are good for accents is because if you have to have an accent, you need to know how to make some changes. Okay, so this is you're learning. This is the basics. This little symbol means it's voiced. It's the same as TH, but now we've got there, those, then, okay? Does that make sense now? We've got that is voiced. Okay, I think I've got everybody. We've got a whole bunch of hands. I'm sorry. Natalia, did you have a question here? And then we've got Bob has a question.
No, it's just clear.
Okay, or we're moving on. Okay, we're running out of time, so I want to make
I
sure
never saw those symbols before.
No, you wouldn't run across it. No, you wouldn't run across it, but it's online.
Looks all Greek to me.
I've seen them before.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, it's close. Now the S and the Z, same thing. I'm not going to do some of these. Comes between the teeth. Depends on where you make. Different people make the S's and the Z's with their tongue in different places. So technically, mine kind of curls down. It kind of curls up to the alveolar ridge, and Z. So the difference is if you have a word called IS, okay? How do you pronounce IS? Is.
Oh yeah.
Is.
Is.
It's spelled with an S, but it's pronounced with a Z. Now, this is one of the areas, this is a little hint here. If you have to do an accent for something, many second language, third language learners, if they see the word IS, they're going to say is. He is coming to dinner. He is. Because they're using the spelling of the S as the sound. So it's something to think about. Okay? So you can change an accent, make up your own. You can make up your own. But that's the difference. You can change, it makes a difference. But Z is voiced, S is not. I'll skip some of that. And this is the M, N, and ing. You can feel that going through your nose. And these are voiced N, and they are also lips. And ing. That little N with the fish hook on the end is ing. Okay? Because we got like words like bang, sing, thing. It's more just G, singing, there's more there. Now the L, I just want to change. It's a lateral, it's voiced. Now it's alveolar. The reason I want to hit this is because if you're on film and you just try to watch some of these people, they drive me nuts, but people saying, I'll try to do this. I like it. And they put their tongue between their teeth, but I've seen it on, broadcasters. I've seen it in actors. I like it. I love it. No, the tongue, you look like a lizard. I mean, I'm sorry. You look like you're catching flies.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I meant for you to laugh. It's like a lizard or a snake or something. It's coming out. Keep the tip of your tongue for the L behind your teeth on that alveolar ridge. You'll have a nice clear L. Yeah. Try to keep it there. Nice. I like it. I love it. L. Try to keep it. It looks a lot better. You start to notice that. Okay. Now what we're going to do, this is the vowel chart. So I have to keep going here because we're having so much fun. The vowel quadrilateral, and this is just to kind of show you, we're doing okay. I think we're doing all right. The vowel quadrilateral, this is just showing you where in your mouth the vowels, you probably never thought about this, where they go. Now, the front is like this I, which we would probably call as a short I, but it's not. It's an E. E, because it's a sound, not a spelling. Okay, so it's really hard. This is the E. I see you. C-E. But figure out, see where that is. E. See where your tongue is? It's in the front of your mouth. In the front. E.
Yes.
And it's close. Everything is kind of tight.
Yes.
Close middle of the like then. It's a little close, but it's still more in the middle. When you go down here, this is like A-E is like for cat. It's open and it's a little further back in your throat. When you do over here, like cup, feel it. It's in the back of your throat, way in the back. And it's more open. So it's back, it's still open. This little upside down guy, this is called a schwa.
What?
This is a neutral vowel. It's in mid-central. It's it's just, your mouth is open, but it's right in the middle. That's the schwa.
Schwa.
And we say, that's easy. That's the sound. Okay, that makes some sense. Doing okay, I think. Okay. So these are the things that you can kind of play with to pay attention when you have to study a specific language. So here's some resources. And if you have any questions, start thinking about them. This I highly recommend. Speak with Distinction by Ada Skinner, who was, poor thing, she was really a smart woman. And there's a free download on the Internet Archives. This is the link. I think I have it on your handout. If you don't, you can contact me.
It is on the handout, and it's a live link. So if anyone just who wants to look at the book online, like they can literally click on the link in the handout you provided.
Okay.
And someone just mentioned about you can download it, print it out. It's a lot of pages. Maybe you can just print out some of it, and you can take it to a print shop, and they will spiral bind it for you. Because this is out of print. If you ever find it in a used bookstore, grab it. I've seen it for $700. Don't do that. If you can find it with the CDs.
$700. Wow.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. You're better off downloading the whole thing, printing it out, and having it. No, but if you can find it and it has a CD with it, grab it. If it's reasonably priced. But this is the best I could do. That I can find this, because this is a heck of a great book. And then there's the IPA. Now this is the chart with sounds.
Oh, International Phonetic Alphabet.
Yeah, go do that. This is something kind of fun. Mango Languages, they have free online courses for a whole bunch of languages. The reason I'm suggesting you don't have to learn the language, but they have a little system where you can speak into the microphone and then it'll play it back and you can see how well you are approximating the sounds.
Ooh.
It's another way to start to learn to say the sounds because, for example, if you have to learn French, it's very hard. And if you say parlez-vous, you're saying the letter E, but you're making an O with your lips. It's kind of basically how it is. It's not going to be parlez-vous, So it's tough. So if you can at least introduce yourself to some different sounds, it's a fun way to do it. And they have everything: German, Spanish, Italian, everything. They've got, I think they even have pirate language. I know there was a pirate. I think thinking how to speak pirate. And I was thinking about that. What kind of socks? Okay, what kind of socks do pirates wear? Argyle.
That's a good one.
So and then there's more classes on 9/9. If you have some questions, go right ahead and ask me. And then if you care to, I've got the free copy of my little ebook here for 7 strategies for a dynamic voice. This is me. You can contact me, call or text. And I do have a monthly newsletter, which is free. And I try to give a little more tidbits of things out there. So if there's any kind of questions, anybody wants to go over anything, we've got a minute or 2 left. We kind of got through there. That was pretty good. We kind of got through there. So I can go back to this.
I missed the first 40 minutes.
Pardon?
I said I'm bummed out. I missed the first 40 minutes.
Oh,
yes.
I'm sorry. I generally try to start early. This class will be repeated, and I think they record them. So you might be able to hear it recorded.
They're on that calendar that they gave us.
Pardon?
Yeah.
All the classes are on that calendar.
Oh, okay.
It's in the welcome email.
So if you don't have the handout, contact me. I'll send you the handout. I'll send you the book.
Okay.
Yeah, Brittany.
I needed to get your phone number again. Every time you put it up, I get ready to write and then it's gone.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to clicking around here. Here, there's me. And there's my website. I have a blog I put up weekly. So try to hit something. little bit different. And then I have the newsletter, which I try to hit little different topics. Kind of fun. I really, because my basic thing for my basic goal for my students here, my clients here, is that I want you to keep your voice sounding good and strong and healthy. I had a patient, because you can age and still have a good voice. I had a patient who's 92, God love him, in a wheelchair, because I'm a speech therapist. I worked in speech therapy, and so I was into the biology part of it and the medical part of it a lot. I'm really good at swallowing, so yeah, swallowing. I know how to fix that. But this gentleman was 92 and he could still belt out a song like Frank Sinatra. He didn't have the creaky old voice. So I don't want you to get the creaky old voice, okay? We don't want to do that.
No.
We want to keep it vibrant and young so that you can still sound really good. And I still think, I think there's a strong place for actors. I don't think everything is going to go AI. I think it's going to, we're going to get a little tired of it. We're going to get a little tired of it. I need real people. I can tell.
Well, hey.
Well, look what's going on out there with these self-driving cars.
I'm not so sure I like that.
I don't like it at all.
I don't like it at all. The only good news about them, at least you know that they're not driving high.
That's true.
Or DUI.
Oh my Lord.
Not yet. Maybe in the future.
Possibly worse.
I don't know what high octane will do them, but at least they're not.
Oh, Helen.
That's all I can come up with. But no, I don't like it. But see, I'm one of the last 3 people that can still drive a stick shift.
Oh, I can. Oh, I can.
I can too.
Good. No, I think we need to keep our skill set. I think it's necessary for brain development. That's why I really think I'm even thinking of starting a class in cursive writing. Because
I can write in cursive. I can write in shorthand.
It works both sides of the brain. I think we really need to keep these skill sets.
Man, that's a 3rd grade skill.
Reading, writing, and arithmetic. We need to keep these skill sets. I think it's very healthy. It's good for the brain. It's good for your cognitive development. And I really think, and I think there's probably resources online. If you don't know how to do cursive, and I've met some young people who, like a physical therapist I was working with, could only write block letters.
It's a secret language that the kids don't understand. If you write it in cursive, they can't read it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really hard.
Well, that means you can't read the Constitution, which really bothers me.
That's very true.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's not a good thing. No, we really need to keep some of these skill sets. And that's my personal opinion. I really think we need to keep these skill sets. It's good for brain development, cognitive development, and maintenance. I think you really need to do it along with reading actual books, and we'll just keep reading. But at any rate, anybody else want, and I'm sorry the Leslie that missed the first 40 minutes, but this will be replayed again, and I'm doing the Russian accent, I think, on Saturday.
Oh, good.
Will this be on YouTube?
Apparently they do. I guess it's for the classes. They do record it, and it should be on there. Yeah. So this should be good.
Because I've seen other 99 stuff on there.
Okay. Okay, good. That's good.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it. So yeah, it should be on there. Maybe not right away, but it'll take some time. But if you have any accents that you'd like me to address, we can only do a couple of sounds. But that's what I wanted to tell everybody. If you have to do an accent, and like quick for an audition, don't try to do the whole thing. Pick 1 or 2 sounds that you can do consistently. That's why I gave you a little, strategies you can play with there. 1 or 2 sounds you can do consistently and just do it. For example, if you want to, the British always do a nice clear T, so they're going to say letter, better. Do that. Americans go letter, better, that we do a flat T, but the Brits do a sharp T. So that's just one example. Pick 1 or 2 sounds, stick with that, be consistent, And if it's just too hard, then just don't do it and learn it later. You know, I'm just talking about if you have to do a slapdash audition real quick. Pick one or two sounds, be consistent, stick with it. It's much better to do that than to try to do the whole thing, because it's people will tell, you know, they won't trust you. So you want to do that. Okay. Any other questions? You want to call or text me?
That I will do.
Then, yeah, let me know. And that's one thing. If you do have a problem, I will say, I can give you a few minutes of my time. I do not want you practicing incorrectly. That makes everything go backwards. Practice correctly. If you're going to do this, do it correctly. If you're having a problem, give me a call. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Corinne.
everybody. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
again.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Corinne.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
Thank you,
time.
Corinne.
This was fun.
Good night,
Thank you.
everyone.
This was yeah, this was a
Arrivederci.
lot of fun. Pardon?
Arrivederci.
Thank you.
All right, class.
Arrivederci.
Take care.
Arrivederci.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao, Bella.
Good night, folks.
Ciao, Bella.
Yeah, we can do a number of things. I'm just trying to find out the right way to click this here. Okay, because I'm really bad at all this. But thanks, everyone. I really appreciate it.
Take care.
Thank
Okay,
you.
take care.
Have a great night, everyone.
Okay, you too, guys. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, there's you are. Now I can see
You
people.
want to keep us? We could stay.
I've got to scoot. I've got to scoot.
All right.